views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee now, call 319-527-6305. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, the Empowerment Channel at the Connect Me Radio Network. You can also hear Dee on Get Inspired Media Network, Transformation Talk Radio, UBN, Universal Broadcasting Network, plus News for the Soul Broadcasting. And now, here's Dee.
Well, hello, all you amazing, fabulous, incredible, magnificent, so very loved and darn sexy people again. Here we are, and I hope to gosh that, it's an interesting analogy that the microphone was muted. Very interesting, because it kind of is a metaphor for the new and exciting information that I have for you today. So I'm going to jump in, and boy, if you don't hear all of this, go back and listen to it again. You know what the ionosphere is. It's the energetic band around the Earth. If you think of a radio signal going out and getting bounced back so that you can hear the station you want to hear, that's exactly what you do with the universe. You are your own radio signal. So we've known that for some time, but this new information that I'm going to give you today is a much more detail, in-depth, and new information around that principle. So for eons, since the beginning of time, we have been putting out into all dimensions that we exist in, which are many, the same fears, the same perceptions, the same belief systems, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what happens is that, and this is the important word, reaction. Anytime you go into a reaction, you shoot that out to the ionosphere. It gets returned to you and creates a chemical change within your energetic system and the energy that you are hooked up through dimensionally that alters your electromagnetic pull and brings to you what you don't want. I'm going to try and say that again. And the reaction part is the important part. So say you go into a reaction with your mate or your job or money or a sickness, and that reaction puts you into fear. And, oh, my God, what's going to happen? And, oh, I'm not the creator of me. That reaction goes out and bounces off of the ionosphere and gets returned to you. When we receive it back, it creates a chemical change that alters the electromagnetic pull of our dance with the universe and literally brings us what we don't want. In other words, our reactions of fear and anger, mistrust, hate, revenge, all that stuff is literally poisoning our own systems, poisoning our own wells. For those of you that are healers, I want you to know that whenever you're in reaction, you absolutely open yourself up to receiving false information. Now, we are to direct ourselves today to course correct into love. And the highest claim that they gave us to share with all of you is, I love being in love with myself. I would suggest you write that down and put it everywhere. Open your heart and go into it every day. I love being in love with myself. And we're claiming this for all energy, in all dimensions that we exist in. In every dimension that I exist in, I love being in love with myself. And they're saying this is a big reason why we have not manifested as quickly or as fully as we want to, because our reactions keep fighting us in what we think we're consistently asking for. So, again, our big webinar on asking is this Wednesday from 7 to 9 Pacific time. And this big piece of information has a lot to do with asking, because if we aren't getting or haven't gotten what we have been asking for, a lot of that is due to these constant reactionary systems that we allow ourselves to fall into. So if I can say it as plainly as I can, our reactions create energy bouncing back to us that creates chemical changes within us that alters drawing what we want to us. Now, if that's not enough to encourage you to live consciously, and sometimes I want to ask personally for something that's going on in my own life, what about when the reaction happens before we even can choose? Sheets, book, song. Okay. Well, they told me to go to a movie, and the first movie I went to is E.T., which is not usually the first movie, by the way, that I go to when I'm told to have a movie. But basically, that's the highest understanding. Basically, when we react before we even know the reaction's coming, it's because we've closed our heart. And when our hearts are closed, we cannot feel when we're sliding into that reactionary place. So again, let's just start this show. Everybody do this with me. My heart is open front and back and merged with my whole brain. My chakras are open, balanced, spinning in the right direction. My hara line is straight, strong, and through the ID point. And I am aligned with Source. And so it is. And when we say I'm aligned with Source, that means I'm aligned with my I am presence. I'm aligned with the power of creation itself. Okay, that we've got that on the e-blast. No reason for you not to do it, copy it, have it, print it, say it. You know, the world, I'm telling you, all of this came from me asking what the heck is going on, because everywhere I turn in my life, people are in trauma. My brother, who's having to move out of his house. One of my good friends who's pregnant and just bought a house. 2 days afterwards, her husband lost his job. A good friend of mine just emailed me. He's been given 18 months to live. I think I shared with you when I was back east last weekend, one of my niece and nephew's friends OD'd and they found him dead in bed. There's so much going down now, guys, that it looks like chaos and it looks scary and it looks negative. It's not. Clearing out dimensionally of all of this crap that we've sent out for so long. Always default to love. I know that sounds simple to you. It's not simple. It's the highest answer for everything. Now, why is it not simple? Because we just don't want to accept how easy it is to just go back to love. If something is going on in your life that's challenging right now, and I would guess that's probably most people on the show, please go to love. Keep your heart open, your chakras open, then the energy can flow. Okay, if you want to talk to the channel today, boy, today would be a good day to do it. Press 1 now so we can get you in the lineup. I can go to the calls. Yes. I want to remind everybody, too, this Wednesday, if you haven't signed up, it's on the home page of IamDeeWallace.com. This is going to be a great webinar about the clarity of asking and where we're all falling out and personally. And I'm thrilled. Creation Station is already halfway filled up. Very, very limited because I have it here in my home. We all crash together and work on channeling and the brain and the heart and the little child and truly replacing your own stories and how to take this work out into the world. It's an amazing weekend, guys. It's November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and there are payment plans, so there's no reason for you not to come out and have this life-changing, I promise you, experience. All right, we're going to the calls. Kathy in Seattle, you're on.
Good morning, Dee.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, all things considered, I'm pretty good. So the interesting thing that happened this week was my credit card was hacked. And so, of course, now I no longer have a credit card until a new one gets here. And so...
Okay, so hang on. So what's the positive about it?
I'm not spending money on things I probably don't need.
Okay, and did they charge things on your credit card?
Oh, yeah, that's how I found out.
Okay, and are you going to have to pay for those charges?
No, that all got cleared away because I saw it like right away.
So are we seeing, oh my God, I got hacked, the victim, or oh my God, look how many people are working for me and with me that I don't have to take responsibility for this?
Well, all of that, yes. And then the other thing that I noticed was I didn't go into the usual reaction of total freak out.
Good.
Like I could have done.
You bet. You bet.
But what happened was there was an option to pay. And so I decided, well, this is looks like it's a trustworthy site and so forth because it was an online thing. And I think that's where the information was hacked from. I don't know, but I'm guessing because it was right after I made that transaction that it happened. But I had actually asked, is it better if I pay this way or this way? And then I always ask, is this the highest answer? And
yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. And then I asked, well, am I switched? And I got a no. So I'm going, okay, well.
You weren't switched. You weren't switched, Kathy. So let's find out. There's some kind of energy messing around with your energy.
Oh, surprise.
Well, do you have a son?
No.
They went to, hold on, because they gave me stuff so fast. They went to your home, then they went to what I thought looked like a husband, and then to the word son. So this is a genetic thing. There's something genetic that's messing around with your energy and not allowing you to test correctly. Okay.
Whoa.
Book, song. Give me a movie, please.
Something flitted through my head, and I didn't catch the title of it. It started with a H-A something, H-A-R something.
That's all right. Just go to another one. They'll give it to you.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, okay. There's a genetic, and this is interesting because you see you're tying it together with all this credit stuff. Shawshank Redemption is this belief that you have to redeem yourself. That, okay, the higher thing is that energy has to redeem itself. Energy just has to be directed, guys. It doesn't need it doesn't need to be forgiven. It doesn't need to be fixed. You don't need to make it better. You just need to direct it clearly toward the totality of what you want. So, back to what they gave us at the very beginning of the show. If for eons Kathy has been sending out, I believe I have to redeem my energy in order to get what I want. I have to fix my energy. I have to become a better person, pay for whatever the basis of it is. If she's been sending that out dimensionally, for all dimensions that she's been existing on for eons and eons of lifetimes, that stuff is going to get bounced back to her, and so that she gets wakened up and realizes that the energy of her that she's dealing with isn't pure directed energy. Are you with me? I hope, Kathy?
I am, and that leads to the second part of my question is, as far as the expressions and the reactions, is if you have a reaction and then you go, okay, wait a minute, I want to switch that, does that reaction still stay on its own and came back to you?
That reaction has already gone out, and the quicker you replace it, that energy goes out, so that it's almost like the reaction will be nullified then. Something happened to me on the set that has been upsetting to me for days, and I couldn't sleep last night, and so I went at 6 o'clock this morning, went into this meditation, and I said, okay, look, all these thoughts and this, I don't want to be here. I don't want this reaction. I don't want to linger on all this. And yet I can't seem to be able to stop my thoughts. With all the work that I know, I'm focused on replaying this and feeling guilty. And the channel said, well, why don't you just throw love at it? And I swear to God, as soon as I did that, I couldn't go into the thought processes and the reactions, because when you make yourself, invite yourself, choose to go into love and send love out and live in that place of love, nothing else can take that place while you're there. And then I was free. But, I've got to walk our talk. so that I can learn it well enough to teach it to you guys.
And that makes a lot of sense with some other things that have been happening with me as well. So that was good. So what do I do about this other thing, about this energy that's messing around with my energy thing?
It's handled as long as you keep putting out love, guys. It balances and counteracts everything else, but we have to do it consistently. So the more consistently you can look at everything that you're in reaction to and just send love, the more that gets bounced back to you in a myriad of ways. Do you understand?
Right. Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Wow. What a great beginning to the show, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
We never know where the hell we're going here, do we? Patty, you're on.
Hi, Dee. I just want to say thank you, first of all. You're such a saver, and thank you.
Thank you, honey. Okay, you're breaking up, Patty. You're breaking up.
I'm going outside. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Okay. I did have a reaction last week, and then I came down with the flu, and I have been so sick for 3.5 days. I mean, it feels like chemo. It's so bad.
Patty?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm testing correctly. We all want the highest answer. I'm getting literally that you're cleaning out a lot of crap.
Okay.
And it really is a metaphor for everything that's going on in the world right now that looks like, again, it can look very negative to all of us right now. Okay. Keep the faith that it isn't and keep throwing love at it, whatever you're in reaction about. So right now, you want to throw love to your body.
Okay. Thank you.
Hold on. Is there anything higher? I swear to God, that's all they're giving me. Okay. And they're saying that it's a perfect teaching tool for what we're talking about. So something's up with your body, you've got to throw love at it. Something's up financially for you, you got to throw love at it, right? Something's up in your relationships, you've got to throw love at it, right?
Yeah, I'm physically, my body doesn't want to do chemo anymore. So
that's a true statement.
Yeah. And it's like I'm trying to talk to the doctor and tell them that, and they're not quite getting it.
Well, because they're taught that the other thing is the most positive thing, and they think, that that's what you need to do.
Okay.
And again, I'm not a doctor. I would never tell you to stay on or go off. But the channel is reminding you that you are your highest answer.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Love you.
You too. All right. We're going to Phyllis in New Mexico. Hi, baby.
Oh, hey, Dee. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
I'm actually out here in California, and I had this sort of wakening up where I was just like, if I want to make this film, I just need to start just taking steps. So that's been great because it's kind of opened up a bunch of stuff. But being out here, I just started meeting all these other people that just amazing stories and just amazing stuff. So I have all these ideas, and I'm just like, okay, I've got to make this happen. But I feel pretty confident I can. I'm just asking, is there something I need to...
There's one thing you don't have in alignment, and that's the joy, Phyllis.
Oh.
You have to tweak your energy enough to go from, oh my gosh, can I do this, to, oh my God, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, okay.
Can you feel that difference?
Yeah, I can. The conditions out here have been kind of rough, so maybe that's kind of suppressed that joy a little bit just because it's so bloody hot. Everything's nothing air conditioned, so I've been...
No, that's not the reason. You're still allowing all of the energy from being back with your mom and your brother and all that?
Oh, yeah.
You had a lot of reaction. Okay, they're teaching yet a broadening understanding of what they brought in for us. You had a reaction when you were back there, and that reaction is still affecting the creation and the experience of your energy now.
Oh, that's so true, because I was kind of depressed before I came. I was like, oh, I don't want to go. Why did I do this? And got on the plane, and then I'm like here, and okay.
Okay, so what they just taught us was how long a reaction can affect our energy. All to hear that. Even into eons of time. With Phyllis, we're talking about 2 or 3 weeks. Right?
Right.
So again, I would literally and consciously, Phyllis, go back and take time to send love to your brother, to your mother, to the caretaker, to the bankers, to all the situation back there. Throw love at it.
Yeah.
And every time you start dovetailing into thinking about it, this, and I got to do that, you've got to go back into the state of love, guys. Okay?
Yeah, that's a tough one. When you were talking about that earlier, that's what I was thinking. I'd be throwing love at that, but I have sort of compassion for my brother, but he's nuts,
You're not doing it for your brother.
Okay.
You're doing it for you.
Okay, I like that perspective.
I am throwing love at everything because that's what gets me what I want.
Perfect.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Dee. Love you.
You bet. I love you too, honey. All right, Gail in Dallas. You're up.
Hello, Dee. What an amazing show. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you.
I'm calling to give you an update so you would help me through when I was called in my CEO's office to say I was close to being fired, and you talked me through that and said amazing things were happening. Yes, I'm the go-to person now. And
awesome, Gail.
Yes. So I'm just actually to give you that update, and also to just check in with the channel. Am I in alignment with where I need to be?
Yep. 100%, they said.
Awesome.
Yep. Just remember the lesson from the show today.
Yes.
When challenges come up, when you feel yourself going to that reactionary place, throw love back at it as soon as you can.
I love it. Thank you.
Yep. And people are getting that from you, by the way. And you're attracting the people that want that. So expect more and more people to be showing up for you, Gail, because they're responding to that alignment of energy. Okay?
Okay.
That's exciting. Yeah. Whoopee and yippee and congrats.
Thank you. And thank you for the role you're playing.
Oh, thank you, darling. And we're going to Miss Lynn in Los Angeles. Hi, honey. You're on.
Hi, Dee. How are you?
Pretty darn fabulous.
Me too.
Challenged beyond words, but pretty fabulous. So what's up?
Oh, so great. Well, a couple things. First, I want to talk about doing the workshops. I don't even think it was called Creation Station back when I was at your house and we were doing our workshops overnights and stuff, and how fabulous they are, and how it's like being with your people.
Yeah, thank you. Being with the tribe.
It's awesome.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome. And I feel like Gail, people are showing up for me in a different way because I'm throwing love at everything. And even if it goes down for a second, it's like, no, And it's become kind of like my new normal is really kind of high. And
oh my God, Lynn! I just hold on. I got goosebumps all over my body because it's been such a journey for you to get here and create yourself this way. I just want to take a moment to celebrate these statements that you're making about yourself because, you know, you came from being pretty darn tormented a lot of the time, sweetheart. And this is brilliantly joyful that you can share this about yourself now. So, yippee and woohoo! Now, continue.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And thank you for acknowledging that. So now I can still feel some resistance of moving forward.
No,
okay.
It's when I say it's resistance to moving forward, I get a no. Your resistance is to standing still.
Okay. So is it that I just need to allow stuff to happen now? I don't need to work for it anymore?
The highest way to put it is allow everything to happen and take the necessary steps to create whatever you want. In other words, I'm not going to book a great role if I don't go into audition. So I have to take action, but I take action from the place of knowing that the whole universe is here helping me create what I want.
Okay, that's awesome. And I gotta say,
you know, Lynn and everybody, the difference in that statement that I just made is that you come from a place of knowing instead of a place of fighting for it.
Exactly. Yes, completely different. And it feels like the energy is moving so fast. And I think for everybody. Here's my one question. Does any of this that we're talking about have to do with why I have so many aches and pains in my body?
No.
What is that?
Well, the aches and the pains are your resistance to standing still. So what's being bounced back to you is, oh my God, I'm stuck. That's what you put out for centuries, they're saying. Oh my God, I'm stuck. Allow that stuckness now to just dissipate from your body. You're not, what's the opposite of being stuck?
Free.
Yeah, free,
I'm free.
and they're giving me the word flow. I'm free and I'm in flow. That's a great statement for everybody, by the way. I'm free and I'm in flow. There's also something physically, not a doctor, but they would like you to check to see if you're too acidic. You need to make your body more alkaline. Those of you that have joint pains and like rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that, always check to see if your body is more alkaline than acidic. Is there anything else?
Okay.
That's all I'm getting, babe.
Oh, thank you so much.
You bet. You bet. And congratulations again, Lynn. My God, my heart is, I'm just jumping up and down like a little kid for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, there were times that I never thought I would hear that from Lynn. So, Miss Lee in Los Angeles, you're on.
Aloha.
Aloha.
So I want to have some fun. So I want to say, first of all, I love you, channel. Thank you for all you've given to us. And I love you, Dee. Thank you for all you've given to us.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay. There's only love. That's it. That's all there is. That's all there is. So I was thinking this morning, is our society is holding us in the past. It's just holding us there. And how can we rebel and not be in resistance?
Because you know that you're taking yourself down when you do.
Oh.
So, you know, you can be in resistance, you can be in judgment, you can keep focused how there could be a lot of frightening things happening in the world and the country. But you know from this work, that just creates more of it, because what you focus on, you create more of. So the best answer to your question is, I'm not going to do it because I know it's bad for me.
Right on.
And if I'm going to allow myself to continue to do it, I expect not to get what I want. You got it?
Yeah, so it's the play is in finding new ways to be. Is that kind of that's where my play is?
Well, the play is in living consciously,
okay.
Not going into reaction, and when you do, replacing it with love as soon as you can. Look, if we keep defining ourselves as people in trouble, people in fear, a country, a world in trouble, a country and a world in fear, if we keep claiming that, we are serving to create it. So I'm not asking you to put your heads in the sand. I'm asking you to take your head out of the sand and be conscious in every moment of your life. And the more you do it, it's just like training a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and you just do it automatically. That's your answer, Lee. You got it?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, go live it now, baby cakes. Love you.
Right on. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we got to live it now, guys. Got to live it. Mary, South Carolina, what's going on?
Hey, lady.
Hi, baby cake.
How are you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I just wanted to say hello, and I wanted to pass on a big happy birthday to our dear friend Ann Kaufman.
Oh, happy birthday, Annie.
It's her birthday tomorrow, and she's just quite a lady, and just moving with ease into her 70s and being beautiful, and I'm just so proud of her. So,
well, good.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
That is a very nice acknowledgement, and I am so thrilled you're going to be joining us for Creation Station.
I can understand it. I made it.
Go ahead.
No, I said when the first one happened, I couldn't. And I said to myself, oh, Lord, if it ever happens again, I will be there. So
well,
when you announced it, it was like, oh, boy.
You are in for one big treat, baby cakes.
I can't wait, honey.
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah, we've got what an amazing group of people so far, too. Yeah.
Oh, good. I just knew it would be. Yeah, it'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for having it.
All right, darling. And happy birthday to Ann. Love you, honey. Bye-bye.
Love you too, baby. Bye.
And we're going to Beth in Vancouver.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, darling. What's up?
Okay. What's up is as I focus on creation, on my own power of creation, I've been really focusing on the union between the female and the male part of me, in terms of both of them working together. So my question to you is, how am I doing with that? In terms of, I am.
Yeah,
good.
Great. They're working together, and the channel is saying they're literally learning how to do that again. So be patient. But you're doing a great job of being conscious about it and retraining those muscles. What she's referring to is like having a baby. Every creation is a marriage of the masculine and the feminine. Every creation. You have to have the idea and the creative aspect, and then you have to have the power to carry it out and bring it into fruition. So let's just all join together now in directing the unification and the oneness of the masculine and feminine within the energy of who we are. And to claim on its behalf, I love being in love with myself. I love that statement, guys. I want you to write it up and put it someplace where you're going to see it every day and feel into it. I love being in love with myself. You can feel the power and the joy and the creativity behind that, which is what joins the masculine and feminine together in its oneness. Do you understand?
Yes, I actually often when I say what I say to myself is rather than I want vitality, I say I love vitality.
Fabulous.
I want money, I say I love money. So I've been doing that for a while now, just saying I love whatever it is I want, and then feeling the love, because I really do love for it. And I can easily feel it that way, and that has far more power for me than I want. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm just learning. I feel like a neophyte, but I'm learning how to drop into my heart, because I have strong will. And often I make decisions from will, my mind and my will.
Yep. Well, that's your protection, guys. That's all of our protection. And by the way, we were taught that. Don't go to your heart. Well, what do you think? Well, reason it out. We'll put all the facts together. We'll look at the obvious. We're taught that because they didn't know. That's truly sins of the fathers there.
Yeah. I think that the will is a strong way of coping with maybe fear that we're not going to survive in some way when we're growing up.
Exactly.
Whatever.
It's our protection.
Yeah. So this whole
protection isn't creation.
No, I'm really getting that now, and dropping into my heart. It's the intuition that you were talking about last Sunday. I'm just beginning to get the feeling of what it's like to drop into my heart and open my heart first before I do this, but drop into my heart and feel the intuition. And I'm doing it in little ways, Dee. I go into the forest and the path splits in 3 ways. So I drop into my heart and I just feel which path I'm drawn to. So I'm starting in little ways to get used to this whole notion, because it's a very different way than trying to think through a problem or think it through or will something to happen.
And your guidance will be much higher.
Yes.
You watch.
Yes.
And they're reminding me of Carl Sandburg. I hope to God I'm right about that. The 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And I took the one less traveled by, and that's made all the difference.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes, because he followed his heart. Years ago, I was offered 2 films at the same time. One of them was in town and more money. One of them I had to go to Big Bear and was less money. But the channel kept saying, take the one in Big Bear. My agent goes, I don't get it. I said, look, I'm taking the one in Big. Well, I met a woman whom I'm still very good friends with now, who helped expand this work considerably. And in other words, I wasn't there to do the film. I was there to meet this woman. But if I had reasoned it out, I wouldn't have made the choice to meet the woman.
Yeah.
So
I totally get that. There's, as you were talking last Sunday, there's a fear in me of making the wrong decision or of doubting myself. So that's why I'm starting with small things like, do I turn right or left on this trail? Like just to practice the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge responsibility to go into your heart and trust that what's coming to you is the direction, even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because
especially if you've got a long history of making bad choices.
Well, but you see, you've made those bad choices from your mind, not your heart.
Yes.
And so then we learn not to trust our choices, but we've been making our choices from the place that we can't trust.
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Great.
No,
Good for you,
I totally
sweetheart.
get that. Well, thank you. And just one more thing before I sign off is it really does work looking for the love in a situation. I had it happen this morning. I had an email. It upset me within 2 minutes. I had completely self-corrected by just saying, find the love in it, Bev. Find the love, find the love. And I said that 3 or 4 times. And then little bits did I find it, and then I just transformed the whole thing. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Oh, my God. I love these testimonials because you truly do hear everybody in the show becoming more and more and more and more conscious. Yippee,
yes.
Hallelujah, and praise the Lord. Thank you, darling.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to Karen in Toronto. Whoops, where'd you go? There you are. Hello, you're on.
Hi, Dee. Thank you so much for taking my call. Love you. Just confirmation, just everything you're saying. I have sat down with my son and his lady, and I just sat in love and listened, and I just kept throwing love at the situation. And it is the way it is. We ended up showing up. She said she felt a different energy. I prayed that prayer that you gave me for a week straight, and she sent me an apology, and we sat, and I got to hear their side. And anytime doubt came up, I just shut my mouth and just kept sending love, and it was just be on the other side of a miracle. Like,
oh my God,
I just
so fabulous.
I just showed up and I face painted, and their relationship with the rest of the family and their brothers, that's up to him. And I was able to express a little bit of their side so that they were open to hearing, maybe showing up and helping everybody hear each other. And I just wanted
Karen, that's beautiful, honey.
So
that's
beautiful.
just beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yippee for you. I know there's a lot of stuff within us that wants to fight this because we don't trust it. And I'm asking you, go into blind faith and trust and try it in your life, and you will see how it works. Right? Good
That's
for
right.
you. Thank you for sharing that with everybody. I love it when you guys follow up, because if it's not working, we may get more information. And if it is working, it's a testimonial that encourages people to go, okay, I'm going to try it. So thank you for following up with us, baby.
God bless you. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, that's beautiful. Colleen in Utah, you're on.
Hi, Dee. Thank you.
You bet, babe.
Everything has been just for me here today. I have a question. I'll make it really short. I'm not going to tell the story, but I had surgery 5 or 6 months ago and broke out in rash. That's been tremendous. And I've been working emotionally with it and with power and so forth. This morning I came up with the panic and fear and terror that I experienced many years ago with a rash and a surgical thing I had. So now I'm faced again because I need more surgery, and I've been very fearful that the same thing would happen. But I feel I really...
So stop, Colleen.
Yeah.
When we're fearful about things and we set up an expectation that they might happen again, that's where our focus goes, and we help invite that in. That's the reaction that we were talking about at the first of the show.
Yeah, and I think rash is a reaction.
Yeah,
so
they're giving me the word poison. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't get that it's physical, but I do get that it's spiritual. So
Yes.
There's something in common with this experience and the last time you had that rash. Something in common with you poisoning yourself spiritually. Hold on, sheets, book. Give me a song, baby. Any song that pops in.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Okay. So you think you go out of joy and gratitude because of the rash, but the rash is an example or an outcome of going out of joy in the first place. So what's putting you out of your joy, Colleen?
A lot of pain in my body, health problems forever.
Okay, again, the health problems are because of a lack of joy and gratitude. Joy and gratitude.
And it's coming in. Yeah.
I'm going back to 3 years old with your mother. Anything come up about why you would have fallen out of joy and gratitude that early?
Well, it was tough. It was depression, and it was tough. And she told us that we'd never amount to anything because we're just poor country folk.
Okay. This is the core of everything you're dealing with, because you're fighting the truth of who you are. And do you understand? You've done enough spiritual work that you know that you're supposed to soar. You know you're supposed to fly. You know you're supposed to be free. And yet you're still honoring that screwed up direction that your mother gave you that early in life. And until you go, you know what? I'm not going to honor that anymore. I'm free and I'm flowing and I love this world, and I love this body, and I love being here. You're going to keep getting, having the same reaction, which is going to keep getting you more pain, Colleen. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah, I've been working on it.
Well, they want you to play more.
Okay.
Play more with the joy and gratitude. And they're acknowledging to everybody, look, guys, we understand it's harder when you're in pain to do this. But if you don't do it, you won't realize that you're actually in charge of the creation of your body. If you do it, then you will start understanding that you are the creation of everything in your life. And then you just apply that to everything, Colleen.
That is really good. That's what I came up with, is that the pain was my saboteur, and it got so bad, it was like, I can't help this, but I can now. I can rise above it. I can be happy even with it.
Well, how about I can be free? Not free of the pain, because our brain thinks in pictures, and if you say, I'm free of the pain, your brain sees pain.
Yeah.
When you say, I'm free, your brain sees freedom, financially, in your body, in your relationships, right?
Yeah.
I'm free, I'm creating me free, I'm joyful, I'm in gratitude that I get to create me being free.
Oh, Dee, thank you so very much.
You're welcome, baby. And they're saying if you could just hold yourself here and take yourself back, use the light within yourself to heal yourself. If you could just hold that for about a month, you can see some miraculous changes. Now, I want to share what's coming up with me, and I've got to do it real fast because we're coming to a close. The thought that just went through me is, oh my God, Dee, don't give her false hope. You see how much we're trained not to allow ourselves to expect the miracles. So I'm here. I know that my channel never, ever has given or gives me now false information. So I'm standing with you by that information that just came through. With you, by you, for you, working with you, all dimensions everywhere. I love being in love. I love with myself. My goodness, I don't know what that was about. But anyway, that was my signal, I think. My beautiful people, what a show. I love you. Please join me Wednesday night for Ask and Ye Receive. Please join me for Creation Station. I love you all. Oh my God, I love you. I love you for walking the talk. I love you that your lives are changing. I love this community that we can be here and empower each other together. Until we meet again, you love yourself and love yourself and love yourself more, because you know that's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at iamdeewallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, the Empowerment Channel at the Connect Me Radio Network. You can also hear Dee on Get Inspired Media Network, Transformation Talk Radio, UBN Universal Broadcasting Network, plus News for the Soul Broadcasting. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.